Hey guys, you're going to need your periodic table out for this one, so be sure you have your periodic table out. If not, Google one so you can find one that looks kind of like this. So we're going to talk about ionic bonds today. So we know that elements can bond with other elements, but there's specific ways that happens. There's two ways. It can be ionic or it can be covalent. So the first one we're going to talk about is ionic. Ionic is going to be between a metal, so something in group 1, 2, all the way through aluminum and down. So everything is green all the way back here is your metals. Then your stair steps are metalloids, and then over to the right of the stair step is your nonmetals. So in an ionic bond, we have metals from the left side, or over here, bonding with nonmetals from the right side. Okay? So if you look on your periodic table, you should have nonmetals listed over here, metals listed over here. So the first thing we're going to do when we make these ionic bonds is we're going to have a metal and a nonmetal. The metal will always come first. So ionic bonds we know occur between metals and nonmetals. And here's the thing, because they are so opposite, because you have metals with certain properties and nonmetals, they are not going to share anything. Think about it. You wouldn't share your secret information with people who weren't really like you or close to you. So these metals are not close to the nonmetals. Okay? They don't have properties that are similar. They're opposite. So they don't share. They just transfer their information. Okay? So if they have electrons to transfer to bond, they transfer them. They don't share them. So when we look at these elements, we're going to put the electrons between them that bond them are going to be transferred. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to match them up like puzzle pieces. So right here you see this puzzle piece needed two puzzle pieces, so I put two metals with it that fit. So I have lithium and oxygen. Okay, lithium and oxygen bonded together. All we're going to do with the compound is we are going to write how many we have. So I have 2 lithium, Li2. I only have 1 oxygen piece, so I just write O. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's say I get one like this. Magnesium. So I'm going to go ahead and write the name of metal. Magnesium. And then I'm going to pick a nonmetal to go here. I can pick 2 small ones or 1 big one. I'm going to pick a big one. So I'm going to put sulfur right here. Okay, so see how they match up? So my nonmetal is sulfur. Now, if you don't know which is the metal and which is the nonmetal, you can go to your periodic table and see that sulfur is a nonmetal. It's on the right side. Also, the nonmetals are going to be in red. The metals are going to be in blue. So how many magnesiums do I have? Just one. So I'm going to write Mg, nothing beside it. And I have sulfur, that is just one of them. So I'm going to write that. All right, let's try another one. Let's try calcium as our metal. I'm going to go ahead and write, you can do these in any order that you want to. Calcium. And then I'm going to choose a small one like fluorine. Now fluorine, if I just put 1 here, notice that's not going to fill it up. So I need to put 2. Okay, so let's just try to stick to 2 elements. Don't go mixing fluorine and chlorine, okay? So just choose 1 nonmetal. Our nonmetal here is going to be fluorine. You can use your periodic table to find out how to spell it. And I have 1 calcium, so I'm going to do Ca, lowercase a. And I have 2 fluorine, so I'm going to write F2. So that 2 behind it tells me how many I have. All right, so you can do yours just like mine. I'm going to choose sodium next, and then I'm going to choose chlorine. Fits perfectly. So remember, if you need to know which one's the metal's going to be in blue. So we're going to do sodium and chlorine. And I have 1 sodium, 1 chlorine, so I'm going to write Na for sodium, and I'm going to write Cl for chlorine. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do lithium, Li, that's my metal, lithium, and let's pick another one. Let's pick fluorine. So that fits perfectly, and it's easier to do. Lithium and fluorine. Okay, I've got 1 lithium, 1 fluorine. Okay, so I've got 1 extra spot here. And I didn't put any numbers behind it because I've got 1 and 1. Okay, let me try one more. Let's try magnesium. Well, that's too big. Let's try lithium and chlorine. See, they fit together as well. So I'm going to write lithium and chlorine. And notice there's only one of each. So I'm going to write Li and Cl for chlorine, right? The element symbol. So that's all you have to do on this slide. You can do yours exactly like mine.